just like in ballet?
Yeah!
Wow! Stop points! What we got so far in our cart?
I don't know.
Maybe turn around and look.
What's this?
That's coffee.
Coffee? What's this?
Those are green beans.
What is that?
I think it's more, that's tuna fish.
What's that?
Green beans again. So hey Hannah, why are we getting all this food?
For other people.
That's right. We're helping out, aren't we?
Yep.
We wanted to get the kids out and helping us to do things for charity. Specifically, we wanted to have them out. We made a trip to pick up food for a food bank. We picked up a couple of toys for a toy drive, and also there's a local ASPCA that they were having a charity drive looking for a bunch of stuff, you know, equipment, dog toys, all that kind of stuff. So we grabbed some things like that. We wanted the kids more than ever, now that Evan is almost 8 years old, is going to be 8 years old in a couple of days. And then Hannah's 4, that we want them to see these things. We want them to see us trying to get involved in our communities, you know, as best as we can. So we kind of live in an insulated suburban world here, and we don't really come face to face with a lot of people in need, and we don't really deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So at least having some awareness of that is, I feel like it's really important. Now, I don't say this to get all preachy. I don't say, oh, look at us, look how cool we are, look how awesome we are. I feel like there's a lot of people doing a lot more. The reason I say it is because I want to use this platform, as small as it may be, as small as the following may be, is to just remind everybody that no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you probably got something to give. In our case, we don't have as much time to give as we would like. We got 3 kids, both of us work. So a lot of that we're going to talk with our money, and that's okay. There has been a long time in my life I really felt guilty about just throwing money or stuff at things instead of throwing my time at it, which is a lot more gratifying instantly because you do get to see people face to face a little bit more. But in the absence of that time, it's better to just use your resources and whatever money you have to give things, because at the end of the day, those things matter, especially at this time of year. Things like food, things like clothes, things like toys, those things matter and they make a big difference for people. Okay, so enough feel-good lecturing. I'm gonna hit some sumo deadlifts today, probably a couple of moderately heavy singles, and then the next week of programming is gonna start with some AMRAPs, and that'll be fun stuff, kind of see where I am in terms of my ability to handle weight, and, you know, for reps, not even really handling heavy weight, just, you know, what kind of condition I'm in. Training has not been perfect, hasn't been great. There's been a lot of time in between, but still trying to get it done best I can. We're having actual fall weather today. This is nice. I actually get to bust out the beanie. Actually wearing the tights, you'll get to see those. That's gonna be much better from the other camera angles. So let's get to it. Now here's my workout partner for the day.
Here's the question.
Kept my cool, but it wouldn't last. Nightmare, I will find you. Sleepless, cold in this life is my heart and all proof.
All right, there's some boring accessory work in there, but nothing you haven't seen before. I've been listening to the new Metallica a lot, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I like it. It's good. I know it's not cool to be a Metallica fan, but I'm a Metallica fan. I have been for a long time. The first album I ever heard was, I mean, everybody heard the Black Album in the early 90s. It happened. You couldn't avoid Enter Sandman. But the first Metallica album I had was Justice. And that was a lesson right there. It was like, oh, metal, that exists. But yeah, this new album, you know, these guys are in their 50s. They're in their early 50s, all of them. And they released some songs on this that, I mean, are legitimately, if it was 1985, they'd be like thrash metal classics. Like, they've done a great job of kind of capturing a little bit of the Kill 'Em All days, a little bit of the Ride the Lightning. The thing is with the album, I've kind of noticed, it's almost like a greatest hits without actually having any of the old songs. They kind of revisit a lot of the genres. So for that reason, there's a few songs in there that I think are just, they're filler, to be perfectly honest. But again, when a band has a catalog like that or a history like that, it's almost by the time they're in their 50s, you're going to give them a pass on that. Just the fact they can still put together some really solid tracks is pretty cool. There's definitely some stuff that's reminiscent of the Load and Reload days. I think the best way I've heard that put is that kind of southern rock, groove metal, not even groove metal is the best word, but like that's in their DNA now. It's not going away. I mean, I actually liked Load and Reload. I think they're just a different product. Had they come out had a different band put those two albums out, I don't think there would have been as much backlash. But you know, this was like the thrash metal band for a long time, and they took a vacation into southern rock metal. So, and some of the reasoning for that vacation, I mean, I totally get. I played in metal bands, and it's physically exhausting to play metal, especially thrash metal. It's physically exhausting to do that, to sing that, to play that, and do it as many times as they have, as many years as they have. I get it. And sometimes taking, I guess, a stylistic break and slowing things down or grooving things up a little bit more and not constantly attack. And I mean, kudos to a band like Slayer that can do that, you know, that it's done as long as they have. But I mean, I also totally get it, being as exhausting as it is to do that physically. It's a very physical style of music. You can't judge a musician's current work, their current album, or even an artist of any kind. You can't judge their current work against their previous work. You can do it for comparison's sake and for reference, but just to base quality on that, to say like, you know, this isn't as good as so-and-so, I get it. It may not be your favorite, you may not like it as much, but I always try to give an artist the benefit of the doubt when they come out with something new, and I try to look at it in that context, where, you know, the world is at that moment, where I am at that moment, where that artist is at that moment. I do think a driving force for them for the past 8-10 years now has been the addition of Rob Trujillo on bass. Although he's the same age as these guys, I think he brings a younger, different energy to the creative process. I think he's a more Cliff Burton type talent that drives those guys and takes some of the pressure off for there to be everything coming from James and Lars constantly. I mean, listen to Suicidal Tendencies and tell me if you could have imagined him playing bass for Metallica at some point. I was talking to Adam Rodriguez, Hulk Smash, and he kind of made a good point. He's like, he wants them to be able to stop before it's too late. He doesn't want them to be one of those bands that keeps making music when they shouldn't. And you could argue that there's a couple albums that they've made when they shouldn't, but you know, whatever. They're musicians, they're artists. That's their job, to put stuff out. And they don't even need to. These guys are rich, and they don't really need to put out a new album, but this is what they do, and I'm glad they did. I mean, it's good music, so rock on. All right, I'm gonna go in, make some din-din. That's a good training day, as good as they can be right now. Still moderate volume, moderate weight. Get a strength block going sometime soon. Maybe someday I'll even throw. Ooh. All right, take it easy, y'all.